Top flight rugby returns to the Liberty Stadium this Friday night when the Ospreys kick off their Guinness PRO12 season against Benetton Treviso. Join us now as we look ahead to the game at Llandarcy Academy of Sport with Gruff Rees, Rynier Bernardo and Dan Baker. Dan, pre-season's over, first game of the season, Friday night against the Treviso. How are you looking forward to it?
Oh, I'm really looking forward to it. All the boys have been trained well this week and we're putting little bits in now together, so we'll get ready for the weekend.
Disappointing results in pre-season games, but ultimately pre-season counts for nothing once the real business starts.
Yeah, well, we played a few youngsters and it's all about improving and getting our heads ready for the actual season.
Big impact last season, enjoyed a good run of the team at the end of the season, involved with Wales. I suppose this year is now just about building on that.
Yeah, every year is about improving and just want to cement my place here, really.
There's a lot of been written in the press about players who've moved on, particularly in your position, but there's still a lot of competition for places and a lot of good young players there.
Yeah, the people who have gone have been great servants to the Ospreys, and now there's youngsters here that have stepped up and they can prove themselves.
You've got Joe Beerman and Morgan Allen pushing you as well. It's going to be a good competition.
Oh, there always is. We get very banter now in the end, but it's good.
And you just want to get the ball in your hand and get out in front of your home crowd of the Liberty again.
Yeah, that would be great. Hopefully it'll be a good crowd as well.
Griff, all the preparation is almost done and it's the first game of the season on Friday night. What's the mood in the camp at the moment?
Yeah, it's good. I think most sides would say that the summer's a vibrant place to be in all organisations. Everyone's unbeaten and ready to go. But we have had a busy, intense summer. We've had a bit of deload over the last couple of weeks, so hopefully physically we're in good shape now, ready to go. And we know tough challenge ahead of us. Treviso, they're evolving, but there's possibly some exciting rugby ahead of them. So we've got to be on our guard and just control what we can in terms of our game.
And how are all the new faces integrated into the group ahead of the first game?
Yeah, positive again. They've all added a bit in terms of the rugby itself, which we expected in terms of the recruitment process. But also, as you know, off the field is really key, and they've integrated really well. Players are very welcoming in terms of the work around the group, but also again off the field, making sure that their whole families are welcomed and integrated properly in that respect. And they're adding something different, different voices as well, and people are willing to step up and challenge things, which is really positive.
Much has been said about the pre-season results. Of course, we are going to say that results don't matter. It's about preparation for the big game. But what's the coach's feeling about that?
Yeah, you're competitive as a coach, and you do want to win. That's why we go out there, even in pre-season. But you've got to be mindful of the bigger picture. Physically, there was a big toll on the players in those games. There was lots of new and different combinations with a couple of new players to bed in. But we saw enough glimpses and certain parts of our pattern and structures which give us hope going into the season ahead. It's not going to be perfect early doors. We're still tweaking a few different things, but for the betterment of the season ahead and those individual players to perform in the shirt.
With Treviso on Friday, then looking beyond that to the coming weeks, what's the viewpoint on the schedule for the opening weeks of the season for us, and how does it allow us to build as the campaign goes on?
It's always a good chunk of games in terms of the first 5 or 6 Guinness PRO12 games. You just want to build momentum. First of all, it's about performing against Treviso, and then hopefully develop our momentum going into a nice run of games after. I say nice, but the Dragons clearly will be a monumental task away from home. And we've got a run of fixtures where we have some tricky encounters from last year in particular in this block. But we want to come out of it after 6 games, clearly in good competitive health towards that top 4.
Finally, we touched on it off camera, and it's something that seem to appear to be written off by certain areas of the media. Does it have much of an impact on how we approach things and as a coaching group and as a team?
No, I mean, we understand it in terms of the players and sort of the portfolio of players we've lost, but for us it's about the faith we've got in this group, the majority of whom played the large share of last year anyway. It's a group of players that should have won in Glasgow away, beat Leinster home, and almost pushed us towards the top 4. We feel, regardless of who we lost, it's about this group of players now making the next step in their evolution in the Osprey shirt. It's
important to remember that some of the new faces have plugged what were some big gaps last season as well.
Yeah, they were, and we've been through that process over the last 18 months or so in terms of the youth development programme and people who step up coming from within. You see now new leaders developing and different people coming through, and we find that exciting, and I'm sure people will support that and also empathise with what we're trying to put on the field.
Rynier, the weekend's over, pre-season's done and we've got the first game on Friday. How are you feeling?
No, feeling pretty good. I had a Sunday training session, first one in a while, but necessary. Give us that extra day before Friday, and really looking forward to it. Everyone's looking keen, and plans have been set in motion. So now we just have to execute.
Pre-season results weren't great, but I suppose the key is there that results aren't the be all and end all at this time of year.
No, pre-season is all about getting your body ready for a long season, which it's going to be. So I wouldn't look into pre-season games too harshly, or try and get feedback from that. We were trying different things, different combinations. We have a line-out system that we want to implement. We want to run different combinations. Putting together our maps and things like that. So now that all that's been cleared off, we have a clear plan for this weekend, and now we simply have to execute.
Up in Saracens last week, you looked as if you were enjoying the line out. What's your verdict on how it went from your point of view?
No, really good. I mean, we had 14 out of 15 lineouts. The one was a little bit unlucky, but I mean, so far, the system's working really well. The boys have really bought into it, and we hope to keep that kind of form and that percentage as we go on through the season.
And you'll be looking forward to your full debut on your first outing at the Liberty Stadium, no doubt.
Yes, yeah, I've put on the jersey, but not in an official, in-season game, and to boot at the Liberty. Looking forward to that a lot.
And the last time we spoke on Ospreys TV, you just arrived in the region. A couple of months later now, how are you settled in?
Yeah, a couple of months later, I've got my flat, I've got my car, everything sorted. There's no band serenading me to bed anymore. That was only the single night, but really loving it so far, and the weather's holding, so loving that too.
That's all for now. Don't forget you can get your tickets from the Liberty Stadium ticket office, online at ospreysrugby.com/buy tickets, or via the ticket hotline on 0844 815 665. Kick-off is 7:35 p.m, but get there nice and early to enjoy the ozone in the south stand and to ensure you avoid any delays with the new ticket and entry system. We look forward to seeing you at the Liberty Stadium this Friday night, supporting your region.